Hey subscribers, welcome back Pro Carry Trucker. Hey, I just want to throw a video out real quick. I start this video, first of all I want to say I am not from Virginia. This is a video about Virginia, but I'm not from Virginia, so the information I'm getting is strictly from basically Virginia's statutes and stuff. Going to be a lot of people in Virginia, not from Virginia, going to Virginia on the 20th. Just in case some are not quite familiar with Virginia laws, I want to cover a few of those. I'm basically going to cover them, basically going to get the information the same way I get information for when I'm carrying on the truck and crossing state lines. For those that live in Virginia and have a Virginia permit, their permit is, I'm sorry. If you're not from Virginia and you have, say, in Illinois, Missouri, Florida, Texas, New Mexico, doesn't matter where from, permit, Virginia recognizes everybody's permit in 49 states. Technically it would be 50, but Vermont being constitutional carry, and they do not offer a permit to the residents. Vermont has no permit at all. Like Missouri's constitutional carry, but they also have a concealed carry permit for reciprocity purposes. Vermont does not have a permit. So therefore, they don't have a permit, Virginia can't honor it. As far as if you have a Virginia permit where you can legally carry, what states can you legally carry in if you have a Virginia permit? If you have a Virginia permit, you are valid to carry, of course, in Virginia, Alabama, Alaska, Arizona, Arkansas, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Louisiana, Maine, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Montana, Nebraska, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Carolina, North Dakota, Ohio, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, West Virginia, Wisconsin, Wyoming. Pretty good list of states there you can carry in. For those not from Virginia, going to Virginia on the 20th. We'll back out here. I am going to go to Virginia's statute. I don't see a bill number on here. This is about the application for concealed handgun permit. Here, if you want a non-resident permit for Virginia, non-residents of Virginia 21 years of age or older may apply in writing to Virginia State Police for a 5-year permit. There's more there, but it's not letting me scroll up to see the rest of it. I want to come down below the permit application and actually get into, for some reason, Virginia is not showing me the permit info. And it's just coming, if I click on permit info, it's just showing me what I need to do to apply. It's not actually, most of the states I click on, it actually shows the bill. Like if I click on my state, Illinois, and I click on permit info, I can actually go down to 430 ILCS 66 Firearm Concealed Carry Act, and I can read the actual bill. For some reason, Virginia is not letting me do that, but I can still cover a few things. I'm kind of winging this one, but I wanted to get some information out there for somebody that didn't quite have any information on it. Virginia transport laws. Now, these are not the federal transport laws. These are Virginia transport laws. This section contains laws concerning general transportation of a firearm, such as in a vehicle. They are laws that would apply if you do not have a CCW permit recognized by this state. Of course, if you got a permit, you're good to go, because they're going to recognize it. They recognize 49 of the 50. The one they don't recognize don't offer permit. But 18.2-308, personal protection, carrying concealed weapons when lawful to carry. If any person carries about his person, hidden from common observation, any pistol, revolver, or other weapon designed to, or intended to propel a missile of any kind by action of an explosion or any combustible material, any dirk, bowie knife, switchblade knife, ballistic knife, machete, razor, slingshot, spring stick, metal knucks, blackjack, any flailing instrument consisting of 2 or more rigid parts connected in such a manner as to allow them to swing freely, which may be known as a nunchuck. I can't pronounce this. Shuriken, which is basically a throwing star. Fighting chain, disc, whatever. Configuration, having at least 2 points or pointed blades, which is designed to be thrown or propelled, and which may be known as a throwing star or oriental dart. Any weapon of like kind as those enumerated in this section shall be guilty as of a Class 1 misdemeanor. A second violation of this section or a conviction under this section subsequent to any conviction under any substantially similar ordinance of any county, city, or town shall be punishable as a Class 6 felony. And a third or subsequent such violation shall be punishable as a Class 5 felony. For the purpose of this section, a weapon shall be deemed to be hidden from common observation when it is observed, but it is such a deceptive appearance as to disguise the weapon's true nature. This section shall not apply to any person while in his or her own place of abode or the curtilage thereof, except as provided in subsection A of 18.2-308.012. This section shall not apply to any person while in his own place of business, any law enforcement officer or retired law enforcement officer pursuant to 18.2-308-016, whenever such law enforcement officer may travel in the Commonwealth. Any person who is at or going to or from an established shooting range, provided that the weapons are unloaded and securely wrapped while being transported. Any regularly enrolled member of a weapons collecting organization who is at or going to or from a bona fide weapons exhibition, provided the weapons are unloaded and securely wrapped while being transported. Notice it's not saying in a lockbox, in a safe, in the trunk. It's saying securely wrapped. Any person carrying such weapons between his place of abode and a place of purchase or repair, provided the weapons are unloaded and securely wrapped while being transported. Any person actually engaged in lawful hunting as authorized by the Board of Game and Inland Fisheries under inclement weather conditions necessitating temporary protection of his firearm from those conditions, provided that possession of a handgun while engaged in lawful hunting shall be construed as hunting with a handgun if the person hunting is carrying a valid concealed handgun permit. Any attorney for the Commonwealth or assistant attorney for the Commonwealth, whenever such attorney may travel in the Commonwealth. So, according to that, attorneys are legal to carry. Any person who may lawfully possess a firearm and is carrying a handgun while in a personal private motor vehicle or vessel, and such handgun is secured in a container or compartment in the vehicle or vessel. Now we're getting into, it's got to be in a container. Any enrolled participant of a firearms training course who is at or going to or from a training location, provided that the weapons are unloaded and securely wrapped while being transported, and any judge or justice of the Commonwealth, wherever such judge or justice may travel in the Commonwealth. Virginia Attorney General opinion on possession and storage of firearms and vehicles. Let's click on that. 400. That is an error. Requested URL was not found on this server. Virginia state statutes. 18.2-283, carrying weapons into a place of worship. 18.2-283.1, carrying weapons to courthouse. Here it is, 18.2-308, carrying concealed weapons. This is Virginia law. 18.2-308, carrying concealed weapons, exceptions, penalties. If any person carries about his person, hidden from common observation, any pistol, revolver, or other weapon designated to intend to propel, I think that's what I just read. Yeah, this is what I just read earlier. Accepted, provided, 18.2308.102. Yeah, that's pretty much what I read earlier. You are allowed to carry in a restaurant serving alcohol. There is an asterisk there. No person who carries a concealed handgun onto the premises of any restaurant or club is defined in 4.1-100, for which a license to sell and serve alcoholic beverages for on-premise consumption has been granted by the Virginia Alcoholic Beverage Control Board under Title 4.1 of the Code of Virginia, may consume any alcoholic beverages while on the premises. A person who carries a concealed handgun onto the premises of such a restaurant or club and consumes alcohol beverages is guilty of a Class 2 misdemeanor. However, nothing in this subsection shall apply to a federal, state, or local law enforcement officer. Oh, so if you're a law enforcement officer, you can carry a gun and drink alcohol. Oh, smart. State statute, go back to it. I was thinking I would find more. CCW pamphlet, Virginia State Police and Firearm. Restaurants. Restaurants. You can go into a restaurant that serves alcohol for consumption. Roadside rest areas have a question mark next to it. 18.2-308, Section J3. No person who carries a concealed handgun onto the premises of any restaurant or club is defined. I click on that. I click on the roadside rest area. Okay. Per Executive Order 50. Executive Order 50. Carry is banned in most state buildings. However, there is some open questions on applicability and the legality of this policy. Per state policy on official contact, these are not being enforced unless the rest area is posted, which most are not. You can carry in the state parks, state forest. Wildlife management area is partial. I think that has to do with maybe hunting areas. CCW pamphlet about Virginia State Police alert. I'm trying to find. That's about all I can find, but that's a little bit of information. If you're not from Virginia and you're going to Virginia, what to be aware of. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. If I don't know the answer off the top, excuse me, I got hiccups. If I don't know the answer off the top of my head, I will do my darndest to find the answer. I appreciate you watching. Hit that thumbs up. Hit that bell if you ain't done so, and we will catch you on the next video.